YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate taking the time to click on the video today. We are here in College Football 25. We are in our Coordinator to Legendary Coach Dynasty Save here, and we are year 2 at Wyoming. We're number 12 in the nation, and as you can see, we did make the college football playoff. Now, am I expecting this to go well? No, I am not. This is not going to go very well. So expectations are low. However, there's a reason that you play the games. Before we hop into the game, we're going to look at the job offers, because this is kind of where we get to decide what we do and where we go, based on what we feel the need to do. I think 2 years here, getting our first playoff bid would be too soon to leave, because last year we did get to the conference championship game, but we were like just over 500-ish. So I'm not feeling like I'm going to leave. The natural progression, I feel like, is we started as a D coordinator at UL Monroe for 2 years. We got a head coaching offer. We took it with Wyoming. Now, are we going O coordinator? Are we looking to go back to D coordinator at a bigger school? Are we looking to just jump to head coaches and different things through that type of process? We will see. So, looking at these, 2 jobs right here. Not Nebraska. Nope. Florida State, Auburn, offensive coordinator guys. These are very tempting. Very tempting. I would think in the progression of things, I would go ACC Florida State over jump into the SEC with Auburn. But again, I just don't think this is the year for us to leave. I just truly don't feel like that's the case. Looking at our coaches, I talked about this a little bit in the last episode. We're not going to make a change at coaching. I like their motivator stuff. This guy's really growing with us in the recruiting and tactician. This guy's also doing the same thing. So right now, I don't feel the need to get different coordinators while we are here. So we're not going to look at National Signing Day. I typically don't look at early National Signing Day. I like to wait until National Signing Day to get all that. So without further ado, we'll hop into the first round playoff game against the USC Trojans. All right. We just can't seem to get away from the rain, I guess. There's so many rain games when we played at home this year, as Lalos gets absolutely blasted in the backfield. As you can see, USC already went down and scored. And we're not going to be able to make any adjustments. They are going crazy in here. Caden Anderson can't find anybody open. And as I said in the intro portion of the video, this is going to be super tough. We do get the screen pass out, and it is first and goal. They did give it to us, which is huge down here in the red zone. We are going to be tasked with making sure, or us trying to keep up with this USC offense, which we do answer for a touchdown, which is a great look for our offense. Our defense does get a stop, and we turn around and we get back on offense. They did find a field goal. We're going off to another screen. Los gets the first down. Caden Anderson did throw an interception, which is not the recipe for success. Los was already hurt pretty good with wear and tear. Caden Anderson slightly behind, receiver, but receiver makes a good adjustment. Brantley, 5 catches for 84 yards in the first quarter. It is 10-7 on the road in a rainy LA. I mean, neither team has been able to rush the ball, run the ball. I wonder how they scored a touchdown. They didn't have no yards at all. I'm kind of interested. I might have to go look at that. Alright, well, we're trying to run against this big front. Not gonna happen. We're just not good. We're not good enough one-on-one blockers to win that. But we do get a little bit of space here on the inside zone. McIver breaks 2 tackles, but he's not going to get much. He does get down to the 2-yard line. And I feel like this is 4th down territory for us. On the road, very hostile environment. And we find a way in the end zone on 3rd down to take the lead in the college football playoff. What a story as they go down and they score to take the lead back. But truthfully, if we keep it relatively close, I would be shocked. I didn't think it was going to be close at all. He catches that. That is crazy that that's a catch. They punch it in. And this is kind of where we got to make sure we don't let the wheels fall off. Not Rogers. God, why can I never remember that guy's name? It's insane. Richard. God. Started with an R though, right? They're on that screen that time. Littles breaks a tackle, but loses a bunch after doing so. We've ran a lot of screens. I'm not shocked that that one did. McIver was always the guy that I was looking to there. Always the guy that went for me. Can Brantley win on this week route? He had a linebacker on him. Caden Anderson with a bad throw in the wet conditions. And we are down at the half-inch line. Delos puts his foot in the ground, gets into the end zone, touchdown, Cowboys. Late in the second quarter. Oh no, and they're going to go down and get points. You got to keep into a field goal here. No touchdown, that would be devastating. Stick that. We'll have to go with that. We couldn't give up the touchdown. Jordan Anderson. 3 catches for 110. We're just going to have to throw that away. They're going to have to take their points. That is a big stand by the defense. They are at home, even with this close kick. At home, it's pretty automatic for the computer now. So down 6 going into the second half. We'll see what we can muster together here. Again, way more competitive than I thought it was going to be. So, super stoked about that part of it. We had the corner route. I just had no idea what the route was. No idea what the route was. The 2 crossers. Richard again is going to make the catch, pick up the first down. We are marching here in the 3rd quarter. We really should have been using the clock when we have the chance while we're on the field. Eric Lelos not having the greatest night, but of course against this defense, we're not really shocked by any means, but he is going to find the end zone for the 2nd time, and the Cowboys have a chance to take the lead again, and we give up a huge touchdown. No, wait, what just happened? Okay, ready? 3rd down play now, trying to keep this impressive. Please tell me y'all saw that too. A huge pass play that looked like it was a touchdown. Oh yeah. God. Just so slow in the linebacker room. Now they go down and score a touchdown. Now we're in a 3rd and 10 situation. They read the screen again. Looks like we're not going to be able to run those anymore as they go down and score another touchdown. And just like that, it's a 12-point game. Just going to get it down to our backup tight end. Pick up the first down. Kane Anderson with 316. He does have those 2 turnovers. They just can't run screens anymore. They just... McIver drops it. Can't just settle for a field goal here. Time and score does not allow that. Yeah, it just, nope. No time. Couldn't even get it out to the outlet. Defense, last stand here to really give us any opportunity here in the game. We need a stop. We need to take this deeper route. He breaks the tackle, fights through our strong safety, and that is going to end the game. They're going to be able to score some points. We're going to hop in here, see if we can make a play on 3rd down. Maybe we can get a pick 6 here, kind of turn the game on its head. Yeah, just couldn't carry both of them. He's going to spin out of the tackle. It's going to be a touchdown. And the route is on. We're not going to be able to score fast enough. It's just not in the cards. Delos catches it, only is going to pick up 3 yards. We just don't have the explosiveness to make this happen. Can Brantley win on this corner route? Little underthrown ball helps the case a little bit, which is not something you hear every day. But that's what happened. Those 2 just kept running into each other. I also forgot to turn the shoot clock off.
They get ready for the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, high pressure.
Go ahead and take that off. It is under a minute. We're going to send Brantley in the deep route as well. See if the safety has to pick between the 2. We just don't have time to throw it down the field. I mean, that time we had some time, just not enough for our receivers to find it open. And we're going to get sacked on 4th down. Just too good. They're too good. We put up a really good fight in that first half. Really good fight in the first half. We took the lead in the 3rd quarter. Just not in the cards right now. Just not good enough. Yeah, it's just kind of where we're at. He threw for 360 and I only have 15 completions. Yikes. 351 on 28 of 44. He did throw 2 picks, which you just can't do on the road in the playoffs. 19 carries for these 2. We need to run the ball more. We just don't have the quarterback to throw it around. Brantley 144 on 9 catches, no touchdown. Richard 8 catches for 116. Brantley ends his career with a 100-yard performance in a college football playoff game. Herrera led the team, sophomore corner with 6 tackles, Bryant with 5, 4 with Bowman. We just couldn't make enough plays defensively. We did pick off their quarterback one time. It was super early in the game. Sack for Drake and Herring. Just not enough playmaking on defense. Giving up 47 points obviously is not what you're looking to do. But really outmatched, as I said in the intro. All right, well, I was just going to get to some recruiting in the offseason, but I was checking the coaching options that I have now. and these are very intriguing. We are the top candidate for a D coordinator job with Dan Lanning at Oregon. The previous one left for a new job. We could go be the O coordinator at the Utah Utes, who's ranked number 7, who went 11-3 in the Big 12. Oregon went 9-4 in the Big 10. We're number 1 on here as well. Their previous coach left for a new job. The head coaching position at Washington, who finished 9-4 in the Big 10. We are first on the list at this job. And then the Wisconsin Badgers, which I personally can't pull myself to become the head coach there because I'm a big Gopher fan. But we're not even in the top 3 on that one. Anyway, these 3 are very intriguing. Very intriguing. But I don't think it's time for us to leave. We kind of got unfinished business. We did have super successful season. There's some exciting recruits that I would like to play with. So I just don't think that we are going to pull the trigger and move unless something like super crazy comes up. All right, before we look at the end of the year stats, USC 42-23, just a dominant performance. They were super good throughout the playoff, which is expected. So, Caden Anderson finishes his career with just under 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, just too many turnovers, not enough scores. Although I'll show you here in a second why he didn't have as many touchdowns probably as you would think. His rating was a 143, which is kind of crazy. Sacked 32 times. Whew. Yikes. All right, rushing wise, Eric Lilos, the junior. Did we get him to transfer in? Is that where we got him? We must have. I thought he was a freshman this whole time. Well, I apologize. I thought he was a freshman. That's on me. Anyway, under 1,000 yards, just over 900, but he had 18 touchdowns. Only fumbled the ball once. McIver also had 8 touchdowns. He had just under 100 carries. Averaged 3.8, which isn't terrible either. So we had a pretty good dual threat running back duo here, and that's just kind of the way that it fell. McIver was really good in a backup role last year. We ended up bringing Eric Lilos in here, and Lilos won running back of the year. Can you see that? I don't think you can. Well, you can see that he won an award. And it says up in the top right he's an All-American. So really big time getting him to come into the program. Brantley finishes the season with just under 1,000 yards. He's 7 touchdowns. Richard had just over 800 yards. These two had 60 and 59 catches, 7 touchdowns for him as well. Stevenson was pretty disappointing, honestly, on the outside. He did have 5 touchdowns. A lot of those I felt like is when they guessed run late in the game and we just threw it up to him. Lilos had more receptions, just a lot of screens. McIver, a lot of screens as well. So Lilos had 20 total touchdowns, which is kind of crazy. Blocking-wise, sacks given up. Brant Rice, senior left tackle, gave up the most with 9, and then another left tackle, senior, gave up 8. So I'm assuming that they were on opposite sides. So these two alone just gave up way too many sacks. I typically don't look at that, but I was just curious. 2 safeties lead the team, 62 and 60. Then Fasano, who is a corner, and then Herring, middle linebacker, both had 59. Then 56 for Herrera, and McAllister had 54. So 3 of the top 6 were corners. The top 2 were safeties. That's just not a really big recipe for success, especially when you have Dash Bowman, who's the best player on your team. He only had 45 tackles, 12 tackles for losses, and 7 sacks. So That's a big drop off from last year. No, I don't want to see him in the depth chart. All right, I lied. It wasn't that big of a drop off. He actually, I mean, tackles for loss and a half a sack less, but I mean, not much different, which isn't great either. One guy over 10 sacks, a D tackle, senior Dante Drake. Other than that, we got Bowman with 7, Boyles with 3, 2.5 for Vanover, Herring, and Herrera. Um, so just not generating a whole lot of pressure, and then just not turning the offense over very much. We had 6, 10, 14 total interceptions, which is a decent number, I guess. Not crazy. So those are the stats. Again, USC wins the national championship, and now we are going to really hit heavy on the recruiting trail. Obviously, I didn't show you that I accepted another job. Obviously, those big jobs that I showed you the second time are not going to sit around and wait for somebody to make a decision. So we made the tough decision to stay at Wyoming, but we have some unfinished business. All right, players leaving. We're going to see a lot of players and a lot of big names. Dash Bowman, as we talked about, he was our top player on the team. He's projected to be a 4th-round draft pick. McIver, an 87 overall halfback. We talked about him. Our starting quarterback, Anderson, Stevenson. Again, disappointing senior year, but he played well. McAllister, our starting right guard. Jaden Williams, who was really good last year, not so much this year. Ethan Day, we moved him into D tackle. Drake, who is another D tackle, a left tackle. Wilkins, who saw the field, our kicker. Brantley down here as well. So there's a lot of names that we got used to, and we're just going to have to fill that void. The big thing is no transfer outs. We have 10 persuasions. We don't need them. People want to stay and play for us. The only way that they're leaving is graduation. All are seniors. So that is a really good sign for us moving forward. All right, hours acclimated. As you'll see here at the top, we have Pfeiffer, an elusive back that we're fighting Michigan for. Obviously, really worried about how that recruitment's going to go. We'll see how hard they push him after this week. Then we might go into the recruiting tree and allow me to put more hours on running backs. But as of right now, we're just going to put him at 50. Then as we go through these high school players, you're going to see that we're pretty handedly in first place in a lot of these, except for Overhauser, which Air Force was the only person that offered him. I think we threw him on the board in like week 13, and we closed the gap. They were about halfway to top 3, and we, as you can see, just 2/3 to top 3, and we're right behind them. So the other things that we did is we threw some of these 2 stars on here. Duke Cleveland free safety, freshman transfer, he's 92 speed. Nothing else really is jumping off the table or the page. His agility is 89, acceleration 91, change of direction is decent, but tackling's poor. Awareness is bad, zone is bad. So again, a freshman that we could kind of work with. D tackle 90 strength. That's always what I'm looking for is plus 90 strength in my D tackles. Obviously, hit power is high. Power moves is pretty solid. Tackling's okay. So as a freshman transfer, it looks good. 83 speed here, 81 tackle for Agbana. Middle linebacker, again, freshman transfer, some room to grow. This left guard, 88 strength, not great. However, 73 run block for 2 stars is pretty okay. Receiver, 6'5", 212. This is going to be a tight end guy. A little lean to be tight end, but 92 speed at the tight end spot is something that is kind of OP in the game, to be honest, on crossing routes, corner routes, those different types of things on linebackers. So look for him if we end up landing him to move to tight end and see where that goes. We also added a kicker, a power kicker. We did not scout him. Next week we will scout him and scout other kickers as well, because we will get some recruiting hours back. So that's the first week of the transfer portal. As you saw earlier, just 2 stars are giving us options, no 3 stars that are even giving us a look to bring in for transfers. All right, last look here at the transfer portal before we see National Signing Day. Pfeiffer, Michigan stopped going after him, so he's going to commit. We do have Tune on a week 4 visit this week, so hopefully that finishes the commitment. I can't see BYU catching us, but I've seen crazier things. New Mexico State is kind of a problem here for Stefanowski. This is one of the guys I'm looking to move to tight end. Grubbs looks like he's going to commit. We do have him this week. Cortez DeBeer, we scouted him last week. He has 89 speed, 85 speed, 85 throw power. He's going to be moved somewhere else with that speed. This is the scrambler, 90 speed, 90 throw power. If we do end up landing him, which it's not looking likely, because Missouri is kind of chasing him as well, he might be somewhere else in a different position as well. 89 speed, 87 throw power. His accuracies are okay. Again, might be a candidate to go play in a different position. So those are 3 stars that we found and tried to get on the board. Again, just try to get athletes in the building. The D-tackle, the transfer, looks like he's going to commit to us over Tulane, which is nice. Middle linebacker looks like he's going to commit to us over TCU as they make a huge push towards the end. This receiver, just not a big fan of us, I guess. Coastal Carolina makes a huge jump over us. South Alabama is also making a push. We do have him on a visit this week with a bunch of different offensive players. Our kicker's looking like he's coming here. And then we did find 4 O-linemen. We do need depth at right tackle and guards. So these 4 we just kind of threw on and threw 50 points at. So hopefully just offering them the scholarship of 50 points gets them to commit. So that's the look at the final board of the year, and we will check back in next week with the National Signing Day. All right, National Signing Day is here. What we're going to start with is we're going to go ahead and look at the players that we missed out on. And 4-star D-tackle, normal development on the speed rusher. Nice. We didn't scout him. Just because we were trying to go after 4 stars early and get them in committed. So, also power rusher, right outside linebacker, Isaac Hope is star. That's a tough one. Star for this right tackle, Gem, that we lost out on to Houston late in the process. That's a bummer. Star for the left guard, power. Guy Crozier decides to go to OSU. Impact for Cornell with that speed, though, man. Impact is totally fine. And Eric Hand, 90 speed, 90 throw power, has star development. Could have probably turned into our starter of the future, as we don't really have like a standout guy as of right now. But he decides to go to Missouri, as we thought before. D-tackle flips to Tulane late in the process. They must have had something crazy. Playing time maybe is higher. Brand exposure shouldn't be higher. We just made the college football playoff. So that's a tough one to swallow. He is an impact player. Wide receiver also decides to go to Coastal. He's an impact player as well. The 6'5", 212, 92 speed. He's probably going to to tight end. Normal for the right tackle. Wharton, the 2-star that we threw on late, and then Keenan decided to go to ODU, who had already offered him before us, and he had normal as well. So obviously some disappointing ones. The top 2 transfers are tough to swallow. The Eric Hand one is tough to swallow. The Cornell with 95 speed, obviously tough to swallow. These 2 offensive linemen, really hard to swallow. Power rusher, pass rusher, I don't know if we'd really use him that way, so I don't know if that's really a big loss. And then this D tackle that had normal development's not that huge of a loss either. So not terrible, but could obviously been better. We had 22 commits this year, and we will go ahead and go through these and see what we got. 5-star, Mangan, the run stopper, elite development. We don't know much about him, obviously, but a 5-star elite development player coming to Wyoming is huge. Wide receiver, Terem Puckett. If you've been following, we lost him in a battle. He decommits, and we were number 1 on his list coming back, and we got him in like 2 weeks. Star development, 99 speed, 96 acceleration. He is going to be fun. This right here was one of the big reasons why I wanted to stay at Wyoming. 99 speed guy. Just super exciting. Obviously the 5-star too, but this guy is... Puckett's going to be fun. Another right outside linebacker, pass coverage guy, so he should be a little faster. He only has impact, which is kind of a bummer as a 4-star, but that's okay. Tony Lowry, run stopper, star development here as well. So Mangan and Lowry, elite and star, is making that linebacker group look a lot better. Then we get to our 3 stars, our gem, Titus Whitehead, an athlete that is an agile player. 88 strength, 82 speed, only 70 run block, 69 pass block. Good thing he has a pretty decent, I guess it's only impact, never mind. Star on the corner, 92 speed, 71 man coverage, 90 change of direction, only 73 press, which isn't great, but he is star development, so he should be able to grow. D tackle, star, 88 strength. Cortland Cash is Cash Money from Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's a lot of C's. Cortland Cash from Colorado. Whew. But his star development, Cortez DeBeer, impact development. Again, this is going to be a guy that we probably put at an outside linebacker position, or something along those lines, with 85 speed. Another scrambler, 89 speed, 87 throw power. Accuracies look okay. Impact player, so these 2 are impact guys, so they're going to be playing elsewhere with that speed. Impact for Pfeiffer, 91 speed, elusive back. Impact for Grubbs, who's a physical guy that goes 92 speed. He's 6'3", 192. Scrambler, Dan Toon, 87 speed, 94 throw power. That throw power looks really nice with that 99 speed receiver, but we'll see where he ends up with that 87 speed. Again, looking probably, if he's not a quarterback, outside linebacker. Stepnowski, we got 93 speed, 6'4", 214. He's probably going to move to tight end, if I'm being quite honest with you. He only has normal development, normal for Toon as well, so he's probably not going to quarterback. Kermie Alexis, run stopper, normal development. Tremaine Wayne, physical, 6'5", 202, 91 speed, star development. Being only 202, I don't know if I can put him at tight end, but we'll see what we have there. Overhauser, we end up winning this one late to only 81 speed. This guy he's looking to go somewhere else to play. Only 81 speed, though. Why did I want him so bad? I don't know. Kicker, impact development. We're not really worried about that. He does have mega leg and fan favorites. He does have 91 kick power, which is fantastic. The 3-star athlete, power rusher. Again, we just needed depth at the end, so we really went after him, even knowing he's a bust. Impact for the left guard transfer. Normal for the middle linebacker, so he's probably not going to progress very much. And then 2 normals for the right guards that we got late in the process. process. So 22 players. Where does this put us in? So we're second in the Mountain West. Boise State gets 6 4-stars, 12 3-stars, and 3 2-stars. I'm confused on how this is better. Maybe this is the 6 4-stars. Yeah. I can kind of see that. 2, 3, 4-star receivers, man, they're going to be a problem. But 31st in the nation, not bad at all. Not going to complain too much about that particular draft class. All right. That is going to be the episode. I always struggle to figure out if these are going to be shorter or longer with all the recruiting stuff and the off-season stuff. It's probably going to be a shorter video, just in the nature of it. We're going to go ahead and put position changes in, and then then I'll show you kind of the preseason stuff in the start of next episode, and then we'll jump into the third season here at Wyoming to see if we can get back to the college football playoff. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today and watch the video. If you made it this far, please remember to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and leave a comment. I try to get to all the comments that I see. I greatly appreciate the support. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.